Another week, another trading cycles video. It's week 8 2024. My name is Urmas and I welcome you to another weekly overview of financial markets. Now, just before we continue, I need to remind you that this content is provided for educational purposes only, and you always need to do your own due diligence and your own research before making decisions. Also, always trade the price, not the prediction. All right. Now, let's have a look what week did bring us. Last week we did have some technical issues. We did obviously get it recorded, but unfortunately it didn't come out at all, and therefore we did have to skip the week. But we are back on track now, and hopefully everything goes well. So within a week I did notice a couple of news as well. So obviously we have seen that technology sector has been obviously enjoying the money inflow, and obviously it has been growing very rapidly. And indeed, we have seen the highest growth now since August 2020. And basically, yeah, it's back to its highs now. So technology is the key. Now, where money has been flowing out from is also US stock markets, and basically Japan and China has been selling record amount of US stocks last year. So obviously there are a couple of factors in play. One of them is geopolitical situation, and obviously they don't want to take part on those unfriendly countries, markets. But on the other hand, yeah, obviously they have been missing out quite a bit, yeah. So maybe they are not so happy about their decision. We don't know that really. All right. Now also we still have quite a lot of unrealized losses in investment securities, and obviously that's not a good sign, because banks are still vulnerable in that sense, and if Fed is going to keep their higher for longer basically mentality, then yeah, obviously it's not going to look good for banks either, yeah. So we might see some shake-ups there as well during this summer, or maybe later on in the year. So that's something to keep an eye on. Now, UK, United Kingdom, did fall into recession technically, yeah. Basically it has seen now 2 negative GDP growth quarters in a row. So that's not good. Obviously it has been a fairly strong economy still, considering everything, but yeah, now it has been then falling into recession. Who is doing quite well is obviously Berkshire Hathaway and Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett there, yeah. So basically what has happened, he has now, within the last quarter, when we did now receive the new obviously transactions there, we can see that he sold quite a bit of Apple's shares, yeah, roughly around 905 million of them. And although percentage-wise it's fairly small amount, it's about 1% of total Apple portfolio, but it's still quite significant amount, yeah, obviously. And what else did he sell? Well, obviously Paramount Global has been reduced about 32% of that holding, and also HP was reduced quite heavily, so more than 77%. What has been increasing during the quarter has been the energy sector, and Chevron Corp, and obviously OXY as well, yeah, Occidental Petroleum. So actually that gives us some sort of idea, yeah, as we've seen quite a lot of insider selling in big tech companies, and now obviously Buffett has been selling part of his largest holding in Apple. So there must be something obviously going on in the background as well, yeah. So it makes us a bit cautious, obviously, seeing those signs. Now, who also sold quite a bit and maybe not in such a good time was Cathie Wood, was ARK Invest. They did sell Coinbase shares just the day before their earning announcement, and they sold about 34.3 million of shares in that crypto exchange, and unfortunately for them, the price did jump up quite heavily after that announcement, and obviously they did miss out quite a bit there, yeah. And I do believe that Coinbase has still some growth ahead, yeah. So basically, the height of this market could be at around mid-April time, yeah, when the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction takes place, yeah. So that should be quite big driver for crypto markets as well, yeah. All right, but who knows? Maybe Cathie Wood was right, and it was obviously the right time to sell, but yeah, only time will tell now. So last week's summary here. So basically, what we have seen, the discussion still goes around Fed's rate cut decisions. There, obviously, we are about a month away from the next meeting, and obviously the expectations have been reduced quite a bit. So what we can expect this year is basically maybe 2 to 3 cuts, obviously, but market does expect still more. And obviously the numbers are not really supporting, because inflation data came out last week as well, and obviously it did fall, but it didn't fall as fast as expected, yeah. So obviously that did scare the markets away a bit as well. So the higher for longer basically mentality might stay in place for quite a bit longer, yeah. All right. So we shall see if it's going to be held until something breaks, or is there going to be something coming up in maybe May or June meetings. But it's quite unlikely that they're going to reduce the rates, obviously, in March meeting, yeah. All right. Now we did see also some results coming up. So Coca-Cola didn't really surprise in any way, and also Cisco was anticipated, and they didn't really surprise either in a major way. So yeah, it was quite stable for these companies, but yeah, there were some surprises like Coinbase, for example. Yeah, that was quite good surprise. Now, what price action did. So here is S&P futures 1 hour chart, and we can see that Monday was quite stable. Tuesday did scare markets off, obviously, by that CPI data, and it did recover fairly fast during Wednesdays and Thursdays hours. Now Friday did see some drops again, yeah, there by the end of the week. What we did expect by aspects here was we did see Monday to be positive day, Tuesday negative, Wednesday quite negative. So we did see obviously that Mars-Pluto aspect to kick in already in Tuesday. Yeah, so it was taking place a bit earlier. That's where we saw that actual major sell-off, and we did expect market to stay in that negative mentality, but it did recover fairly fast. So yeah, that's why it's always important to keep an eye on the price, not the prediction. Yeah, so predictions might be wrong, but the price is always right. Yeah, so we need to follow the price. Now 50-day moving average has been in the mid range there, and it did recover a bit during the week. 200-day moving average is still just below 70 mark there for S&P 500. So the sector is or this index is obviously quite a bit overbought, and we'll see if there's gonna be any other sell-offs now coming up to let the market breathe a bit. Or is it gonna stay strong? Yeah. Now VIX Index did see some activity as well during the week. Yeah. So obviously that fear did grow a bit, but not majorly. So that trend line still holds, yeah. All right. Technically, it's all still positive. We haven't seen any marks, except there has been now a slight resistance started forming during the week, yeah. So we'll see if it's gonna hold and then price is gonna then bounce back from there, or is it gonna break through it again. Cyclically, yes, we do anticipate still some sort of correction on the market, although it hasn't really happened. And obviously Russel have seen some decline there, but not majorly, yeah? So it's been steady sideways movement, yeah. Sector performance, energy, materials and financials did the best, and the worst performers were technology and communication this week. And same is shown on the heat map, so we can see that the broad market was fairly positive or neutral, but those big sectors did see some sell-offs as well during the week, yeah? So there has been some profit taking going on. And bearing in mind that NVDA is coming up with results this new week, well, we'll see where it takes us then, yeah? Insider selling has been taking off as well during the week, yeah? So we have seen quite many large company owners selling their stocks as well, as we have mentioned earlier. Then Zuckerberg has been selling quite heavily, and now basically Amazon, Jeff Bezos, is selling as well. So it might be just profit taking at this good market position, or they know something that we don't really know. So obviously we have to keep our eyes open. Insiders do tend to know a bit better sometimes, yeah. So that's why it's good to follow it. There is extreme greed on the market still, yeah, as it was last week, and obviously that's indicating that there might be some changes coming soon, yeah. It doesn't stay in that range for too long, usually. Seasonally, we also are at this peak at the moment, and we can anticipate some sort of market weakness coming into play as well, yeah. All right. And same goes by the statistical model, yeah. So basically we have seen or can see some red days there in the end or second half of the month, and this strong growth period has now ended as well. If you look at the aspects for February this week, the energy will start changing. Last week we did see some Aquarius energy growing up there. Now that's gonna change now. Basically on Monday the Sun is gonna move to Pisces, and also on Friday Mercury will join Sun in Pisces. And we will have full moon on Saturday the 24th, yeah? So it indicates kinda that there are changes coming to the market. Now if you look at aspects here, then on Monday obviously the markets are closed. It's a President's Day, and from Tuesday on, well, possibly the market will see some weakness this week. So aspects are pointing to that direction, yeah. So maybe Tuesday is a bit stable, but from there on, from Wednesday on, we might see some sell-offs coming into play as well, yeah. Now, what else we got here? So also black box model indicates that the top might be near, yeah. All right. Now, what to expect in a new week? Basically, we got quite many major companies announcing their earnings again. As mentioned, NVDA, Walmart, yeah, Home Depot, Palo Alto Networks. So basically, I think NVDA is the most important one to keep an eye on during the week, yeah. And what else is there then? Yeah, Intel is obviously coming up with their annual conference as well, so that's something to keep an eye on as well. So that's another thing in technology sector to keep an eye on. Now, macro side, well, obviously we do anticipate Fed's minutes to come out from January policy meeting, and that should indicate something as well in regards to their mentality there. And also, what else? We got some job numbers are coming out, and yeah, it's going to be quite interesting week again. So dates wise, so Tuesday will be Walmart, Home Depot, and Palo Alto Networks. Wednesday will be NVDA, Exelon, and Rivian, for example, and then Thursday we'll see Intuit and Booking Holdings announcing. What else? And Friday will be Warner Brothers announcing their earnings. All right. So next, let's take a look at Willis Towers Watson, what we have been keeping an eye on cyclically here, and obviously it has been in that growing range, and the price action has been going along quite well. Now, we do anticipate that cycle now to start turning, yeah. So we are about to enter this this falling time frame here, yeah. So let's keep an eye, obviously during the week. If we see some sort of weakness in the price action, then yes, that cycle is obviously still working, yeah. All right. Now let's have a look at some charts as well. So turning points wise on US markets, so basically S&P 500, we do anticipate next turning point to come up on 20th, which is Tuesday, and also the next one is going to come up next week after, so Wednesday 28th. So is the market going to fall from here on? Well, if the signs are right, then yeah, it might happen. So maybe it's going to correct at this point a bit, yeah. Now, if you look at the oil market, then it has been quite strong from the last turning point. It has been rising, and the next turning point is coming up also on Tuesday, and one thereafter is going to be Tuesday the 29th, yeah? Thursday, sorry, not the 29th, yeah? So we'll see if it's going to correct, or is it going to get some more fuel and going to go even higher from that turning point. Gold has been quite negative, yeah, and there was one turning point on Thursday the 15th, and the next one is coming up at the moment on Friday the 23rd, yeah. So basically, if it started turning from here, so then we might see some sort of recovery, but at the moment the indicators are all negative, yeah. Now let's have a look at Bitcoin as well. So it has been very strong. All indicators are obviously green, and there was one turning point on Friday the 16th. The price has been slowly declining since then. Now, is it gonna decline up until the next turning point, which is on Saturday the 24th? Well, it's hard to say. It might go even higher from here though. So we'll keep an eye. At the moment, yes, the price action is indicating that it's all positive so far, yeah. All right, and if you look at bigger players here, let's go through those charts as well. So Apple, we do see some sort of head and shoulder forming here, yeah. And basically, if it should fall through that support level, then maybe the price action will see some more decline there. Although cyclically, we do have some turning points here coming up as well. So Wednesday the 21st is one, then Wednesday 28th, and then also Monday the 4th of March. Yeah, so that's something to keep an eye on. Now, Amazon has been a bit to the downside during the week, and obviously Bezos have been selling quite a bit there as well. Yeah, so that might be the reason. Although indication is to the upside still, yeah. Google did see some negative price action during the end of the week, and we'll see if those support levels are going to hold, or is it going to fall even further now during the week. Microsoft has also started declining, as we did anticipate, and there's another turning point coming up on Microsoft price action as well, so that might be Wednesday the 21st as well, as Apple did, yeah? So that might be quite important day on those markets. Now, NVDA is announcing on Wednesday, so we'll see if the price action is going to change direction, or is it going to go even higher now. Well, only the time will tell. Tesla has been very negative, although it has seen some sort of recovery now, but indicators are still negative, and I don't feel really positive at the moment with Tesla, so I'm not really looking to buy it just yet until obviously the market will indicate something to obviously to the upside. And Netflix has seen now a breakout from that flag formation. So is it gonna go higher? Well, we'll see, but the chances are quite good at the moment, yeah. And yeah, that's about it. And I did bring up last week some stocks as well to keep an eye on, and obviously those are astrological aspects that I'm referring to. So basically, if the charts are correct and the indications are correct, then we should see for some stocks then falling prices and some stocks rising prices. Now, last week I did point out 4 companies, and I did anticipate Visa and Tier company to decline in price action, so they were short candidates, and Texas Instruments and MMC to rise during the week, and they were long candidates. Yeah. Now, what happened really was that obviously Visa was technically quite positive, so it didn't really indicate any signs of weakness, and obviously the price did end up higher as well, so that was a fail. Then Tier and company was in negative territory already, and that got even more fuel during the earnings, and obviously the price declined quite heavily, so that was a good win. So the price did decline during the week. Then Texas Instruments as well, so price was quite negative, so we didn't see any good upside movement obviously during the week. It did recover by the end of the week, but not as anticipated, and obviously technically it was not supported. Yeah? And MMC was another win, so basically we did anticipate this market to rise, and it did rise quite heavily as well. Yeah, so that's all good. So 2 out of 4 wins, 2 out of 4 fails, but if the obviously protection was in place, then that would have been quite successful, obviously, indication. Now for the new week, I got also 4 companies to point out. So we got on the short side Vertex and Starbucks, and on the long side AMD and BlackRock, yeah, PLK. So these are something to keep an eye on, but obviously we need to follow the technicals as well, so obviously they need to support those theses. So basically, as I always like to say, always trade the price, not the prediction, but this is still something to obviously take into account, and that might help sometimes, yeah, as we've seen last week. So good. Now that's about it for the week. So obviously, if you do like our content, then please like and share, and follow us on social media. Also visit our website tradingcycles.co.uk, and you can send me an email to info@tradingcycles.co.uk. So if you have any questions, or you would like to send me some suggestions, then that's all welcome. And I shall see you then in a week's time, and we do anticipate new S&P signal coming out as well on Monday, and rather Tuesday, I would say. Yeah? So we obviously go through that next time with yourself. So have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.